Hey guys, Sam here. Happy Black History Month, first of all. I think it's very important that we have Black History Month considering the extremely inadequate level of education we have in this country for Black history. The good, the bad, the ugly, everything. We need more for our kids. It's important for them to know the truth, and it's important for them to understand our history, to understand how to fix our future or improve our future if you don't think that there's a problem at all going on right now. But anyways, I wanted to talk about the level of sensitivity that non-Black Americans have, especially during this month, because they get really defensive and angry when people want to talk about historical facts involving Black Americans. For example, when slavery is brought up, you should not feel the need to bring up white people were also slaves. Okay, first of all, the Irish slaves that you're referring to, because I know that's what you're talking about, they were not actual slaves. They were workers, and don't get me wrong, their working conditions sucked. It was terrible, and they didn't deserve it, and I'm not taking away from their pain and suffering at all. But at the end of the day, it was not slavery. They were not property. People did not sell them. That's not the same. It's not the same struggle. Okay. Another thing, when people say things like, well, the Africans sold, other Africans, and that's how we got slaves, so why do you blame Black people? Okay. Regardless of how they were acquired, okay, owning other human beings is never okay. So your argument there is just blatantly disrespectful. Do not take away from someone's pain by trying to pass it off to someone else because you're uncomfortable with it. We get it, you don't have slaves, but people did. This country was built on the back of people who were mistreated and beaten and raped and murdered, and treated like objects and property. And it's not okay, and we need to talk about that and be real about it and let our kids know about it so they know how to fix everything that's wrong with this world today. We need to improve, and then get to a point where we don't actually need a month designated on historical facts for a certain group of people, because it's so there's so much in the everyday, school. What is the word I'm looking for? I just can't even think of it. I'm so sorry, my mind is gone. But kids today in school, they need to be able to know the truth. And I'm not saying sit down with second graders and be like, listen, our ancestors raped and killed a whole bunch of people. That's not how you go about it. Just like the whole Native American thing, teaching these elementary kids, the Indians gave us land and da-da-da-da-da, and we were super great. No, first of all, they're Native Americans, not Indians. That's disrespectful. Second of all, they didn't give us this land. You took it, okay? Not you personally, people that are alive right now, but you get what I'm saying. It was stolen, okay? And I get it. We made this into a civilized, whatever, you can call it whatever you want. At the end of the day, it wasn't theirs. They took it, and they did terrible things to people, and they brought people here against their will, and they forced them to do things they didn't want to do, and they treated them like crap. Okay, they treated them like dirt, they treated them like property, and it's not okay. So going forward, when you feel uncomfortable when people bring up historical facts because you're white, that's usually what it is. We feel uncomfortable. We don't want to talk about it because it looks bad on our part. Our ancestors, our family members, going down the line did this to other people, and we have to accept that. You don't have to be angry at Black people because they want to speak on the truth. A lot of people that are alive today experienced, and I'm not referring to the everyday, racism that we still currently have. I'm talking about like the heavy stuff. They're alive and they tell their stories, and you don't get to discredit that. You don't get to bring up bad things that you've experienced to equate to it. It's not okay. Let them heal and move forward how they want to. Talk about the pain, talk about the torture. Honestly, it was torture. and the stuff that's going on today, keep talking about it, because it's not going to change if we're silent. Oh, I don't see color. So you don't see the beauty in the individual person and all the differences that we have? That's not beautiful? That's not amazing? Okay, you don't see color. Do you? I see color. I love black people. I love me. I'm just kidding. But another thing I wanted to talk about was pride. Like, a lot of people get really offended when they hear black Americans say they have black pride. Why do you get black pride and we can't have white pride? Because white pride is pride of racism. Black people can't always trace their ancestry back to their exact roots, you know what I'm saying? Because they were brought here against their will. There wasn't proper documentation for them. They don't know, you know what I'm saying? So if they want to say black pride, I'm proud that I'm black, let them do that. It has nothing to do with you. Everything doesn't have to be about you. But I'm going to tell you what though, I'm not going to be okay with you saying that you're proud to be white, because that's not a thing. You can be proud to be German, you can be proud to be Irish, you can be proud of your heritage and your culture, but your race, you can trace your stuff. You know where you came from, you know where your family came from, all the way down back to freaking Adam and Eve, basically. You know, so to say white pride is just not a good look. So let's just avoid that going forward in this year and the future years to come. I don't really know what else I had to say on this topic, but I hope everybody appreciated what I have to say, and try not to murder me in the comments, because I know I'm going to piss a lot of people off. My apologies for the cuss word. I've been doing really well, so I'm sorry for that. And as always, I love you guys, and I look forward to talking with you soon.